in praying duha, when then sunrise in noon time, what exact time do we have to pray duha? I'm not good in shorthand, but I think the first part of the question is about the time of duha prayer and when is it that it is prohibited to be prayed. The time of duha prayer is when the sun rises the height of the throw of a spear. And this is timed by 10 to 15 minutes from the actual appearance of the ring of the sun. So once the ring of the sun appears, and after that by 10 or 15 minutes, this is the time you can begin to pray duha. Or also pray Salatul Ishraq if you had prayed Fajr with the congregation and remained in the masjid remembering Allah or reciting the Quran until the sun had risen. When does the time of duha prayer ends? The time of duha prayer ends when the time of prohibition begins. Okay, when does the time of prohibition begins? The time of prohibition in the middle of the day begins about 10 minutes before the adhan of dhuhr. And to make it clearer, this is an erected object. The sun rises from the east. As the sun rises from the east, there is to this object a long shadow. As the sun rises, the shadow is shorter and shorter and shorter until the sun is entirely on top of this erected object, which means that it's in the middle of the sky. Then there is no shade. This is the beginning of time of prohibition. Once the sun goes a little bit to the west and we get a short shadow of the erected object to the east, this is the time of adhan. In Arabic, we call it the time of zawal, meaning that the sun is not in the middle of the heavens or the sky anymore. It went to the direction of the west. This shade is called az-zawal. This is when the time of dhuhr begins. So from the time when there was no shadow at all until the time of dhuhr, this is a time of prohibition to pray. And duha prayer is among the time of the prayers that we must not pray at that particular moment, which is approximately between 5 to 10 minutes. Just to be safe, make it 10 minutes before the adhan of dhuhr. So you do not pray then.